Hello, good morning. It's Wednesday, and thank you for joining me in my crazy hair today. I did have a hat on, but then you couldn't see my face. I'd be like this the whole time. So instead, I decided to take my hat off and look like crazy hair. So, welcome. Oh my God, it's like out of control. And today's a big day, so I'm going to use this video. Okay, there. It's tamed. So it's Wednesday, and today we're talking about time management. I'm really excited about it. I actually didn't sit and prepare like I did for the other two because that would be my strength. And you're going to die when I tell you this, though, when I get into this. I consider this my strength, so I don't really need to do research because it's, I know it, but it's not organized, and that's okay. Remember, day one, it's not organized. It's okay to be overwhelmed. I mean, it's okay to be busy. It's basically what I'm trying to say is it's okay to not be perfect. I am so not perfect, and I'll share with you a lot. So this call may be a little bit longer. If you have to jump off, pause. You know how YouTube is. If you're watching the recording, when you jump back on, it'll keep you in the same spot. So if it takes you 3 days to listen to this, then so be it, because it's about time management and I don't want to miss anything. So I might ramble a little bit and then I might go off track, and that's just how I work. But I would consider time management to be my strength because I had to be incredibly creative for 4 years, very creative. And I'm going to go kind of back up a little bit to tell you how come I had to be so creative. And then it'll all kind of make sense. And then you will all actually relate so that you can move forward to the end of this year knowing you're doing the right thing. Okay, and I wish that somebody did this for me years ago to say it's okay to be crazy busy. I've done this. Here's what it looked like. Here's where I'm at now. So that there were times when I was going crazy, I would have been able to reflect back, okay, they said it was okay. Because there are definitely coaches' videos that I looked at over the years, or my mentors, that I remember playing back through my head as reminders of it's okay, keep moving. So I wish that someone had done this regarding time management for me years ago. So I'm going to backtrack and tell you about my first probably year of coaching. So I joined and I do have coffee today because I needed it. And you can see now I got rid of all my boring cups. And now whenever my husband goes away, he brings me back really cool mugs from wherever he travels. And wherever I travel, I bring them back, but I forgot my mugs from Arizona and wherever I was last, Minnesota. So no more boring mugs. I like cute mugs. Yesterday was Las Vegas. Okay, back to where I started. So a year into coaching, I was super excited. So I figured out, okay, I'm not going to be a discount coach. I went to my very first summit, which was really tiny. And I realized that, man, I want to do this thing. I am so inspired. So guess what? I was on 24/7. I swear, on 24/7. I would, as many times as I could be on during the day, as much as I could be on at night, I would come in the door, I would go back on the computer, and guess what? That was not good. My husband called me out. It was not pretty. I basically had replaced them, my family, for Beachbody. I'm not going to cry today, okay? I cried too much yesterday. But I will tell you that it was a huge wake-up call for me, and it was very frustrating because this was something I was really passionate about, something I was really super excited about. I was surrounding myself with amazing people, so why could he not be happy for me? Why could he not understand that I want to better our lives, right? I couldn't understand why he wasn't supportive. And it was a huge wake-up call, but he was dead on 100% right. I would come home and I would jump on the computer and I would like ignore them. Hello, that's just stupid. But I was in the moment, I was excited, I really wanted to do this, I really wanted to make this work, I wanted to make it work like now. And so that's just what I know to do. When I put my mind to something, I like do it, right? But I had been married for a long time and I loved my husband and I loved my kids, and I realized that I was being stupid and I still wanted it. So I remember having a conversation with Mike Ryan on my lunch hour in my car. I remember exactly where I was sitting, in what spot in the parking structure of my job. I tend to do that. I know exactly where when I talk to you guys on the phone, I remember exactly where I was when I was talking to you. It's kind of weird. Anyways, I remember talking to him, and I remember having this conversation with him about how my husband was not supportive, and it was scary. It was like ultimatum, like, hey, it's us or the highway, lady, hello, So I told Mike, I said, I am determined to make this work. I am going to prove to him that I am going to be successful in this business, but I'm not going to sacrifice my marriage. Now, that made it 1,000 times harder. Okay? And I'm going to indulge a little, a lot of top coaches have a lot of time. Some of them are in the military, and shoot, if my husband was in the military and I had my kids, as soon as they'd be in bed, I would be working, right? Every single moment I would be without my husband, I would be working. If I was single, I would be working every single moment I had, because I had the opportunity to do that. But that was not my situation, which is very hard. Over the years, was very hard to compare myself, because I knew I was going to be successful, but I was comparing myself with others that had not the same story as me, not the same time as me. Some of them are stay at home, and I was working 10-hour shifts. So you cannot compare each other's story. So I had to learn that. I learned that way down the line. But anyway, so I said, I'm determined. I'm going to figure this out. I don't care how long it's going to take me, but I'm going to prove to him that I can be successful in this business. But I am not going to sacrifice my marriage nor my kids to do it. So I had to, here goes the creativity. I had to be very creative with my time. So I don't know if some of you may know Laura G. and Robert Barry. I did this speech sometime, either on a team call or something. And now they refer to it as, what would Anna do? So hashtag, all right, hashtag, what would Anna do? Okay? Because I know y'all, we all attract like-minded people, right? So we're all in the same situation. What would Anna do? Okay, you guys need, I want to do something fun with this too. What would Anna do? Okay? You're going to be creative with this, and you're going to have fun with this, because I wasn't having fun with it, but I was creative and I had to make it work. So they like to say, what would Anna do? Because I had to figure out how to fit all this stuff in and not sacrifice my family time. So what did I do? I wasn't organized, but I knew I had to do something. I would get up in the morning. I would go to the bathroom. This is too much information, but I go to the bathroom and I would check on my phone. Now I'm going to give you tips exactly what to do later, but this is how I did it without knowing what to do. On the phone, get ready for work, on my break, at lunch, from building to building, because I wasn't doing work, but I was maximizing my time whenever I could. Okay, whenever there was a time where I was not sitting at my computer at work, working on my job, on my career, but I was walking, let's say someone, I got a computer problem on this floor. So I would have to leave my desk and go to that floor to go deal with the nurses that had a computer problem. So from my desk to that floor was probably 5 or 10 minutes. I'd work. Okay, I get to the floor, I'd work on my career. Not everybody has the ability to do that. I understand that. But my point is, whenever I would have a moment where I could be zoning and looking into the sky, listening to music, being at a doctor's appointment, staring at a magazine, I was riding the train for a while. So sitting on a train, hello, what could I be doing? Just taking a nap? No, working. So every waking moment that I had that I was not with my kids and not with my husband and not doing my day job, I was working on this business, okay? And so if you watch Tiffany Danzy's video, you could see how you fit, let's say, your power hour. Gosh knows how many, I don't even know if I had an hour. I think maybe the time that added up was probably an hour. But I fit here, a little bit 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 here. And then when I was home, I got home at 8 o'clock, close to 8 o'clock. My kids go to bed at 8 o'clock. I got home at 7:45. I had 15 minutes with my kids and then the rest of the time with my husband. So I would come home, phone would be put away because I had that wake-up call and I realized I was being stupid. And I spent that time with my family. We hung out in the kids' bedroom on the floor and we were just goofing around for those 15 minutes that I had every single night. And then I would get my workout done at night while my husband was catching up on TV that I didn't want to watch because I didn't want to fill my head with stuff that I didn't need to. So I would do my workout, he would watch TV, and then we would collectively sit together for probably a half an hour before we went to bed and watch something that we both wanted to watch. That was my life right there. Now, does that seem organized at all? No, not at all. That's why you see I have Post-it notes and notebooks and God knows how many. Check this out. I even did it again. Okay, I'm going to get another calendar. I got a student planner that I end up filling out 3 pages for, and then I move on because I realize that I end up forgetting to take this. That whole bottom shelf there, those are all notebooks and planners that I've had over 5 years. So I'm totally not organized, but all I know is that my goal, as we talked about yesterday, my why was so strong, my vision was so strong that every waking moment that I had that I was not with my key priorities, my job that I had to keep, that of course towards the end I hated, but I'm going to give you advice about that as well. Every waking moment that I had that I was not with my family or my job, I was working on this business because my goals were so strong. Now, it took me 4 years to get to where I wanted to be. It's taking, and this is of course before we had training and new coach training and challenge packs and challenges, and nobody knew what Shakeology was, nobody knew what coaching was. Nowadays it's a bit different, and that's why you can accomplish what I accomplished in such a short amount of time, because we've got systems narrowed down. We had 0 systems. We have systems narrowed down. So if you can fit those systems into every waking moment, if your goals are that strong, then you'll beat my 4 years. You could do it in 2. I mean, imagine that 2 years and you're making 6 figures, doing something that you love. Hello? Creating a life that you didn't even think that was in your existence. Like Heather yesterday in her leader of the day, her video, she talked about, this was not even in my plan. And if it were for Anna sticking with it, then I would not be sitting at home hanging out with my family. I'd still be doing my career, missing things. So you as a coach have an obligation to stick with it because you don't know who's out there whose life you can touch. I mean, you have another Heather out there. You have another, I mean, I have many of you guys out here that if it weren't for me sticking through and working every waking moment that I wasn't with my key priorities, you guys wouldn't be having so much fun in here. I mean, it's plain and simple. So I want you guys to think about that in terms of you have an obligation. I remember that was a piece of advice that I had gotten a couple years ago, that I had an obligation to people. I know better. I know that there's a better opportunity. I know that there is a better solution. So it's selfish of me to hold back. It's totally selfish. So when you guys are afraid, I know this is not going on time management, but it's very important. And I hope that this sticks with you, because this stuck with me forever. Whenever I was scared to invite, it came up and it was like, hey, you have an obligation. You're being selfish. I love this, and I think it was Mike Ryan that called me out on it. If you don't share what you know to somebody that needs it, you know they need it, if you don't share that, you're being selfish. You're making it 100% about you and 0 about them. I had a little bit of this yesterday when we were talking about holding back on challenge packs for Success Club points for the month. It's like my pet peeve. I had a coach that used to do this, and I know Corinne mentioned it a while ago, but I had a coach that did this, and it's just icky. Because if you hold back on your points, let's say it's the last day of the month, and you're at 5, and you've got another person interested, it's 100% selfish of you to have them wait. That's one, you're not giving yourself enough credit that you're going to hit it next month. First of all, so you're completely talking yourself out of the next month by doing that. You're not giving yourself enough confidence, like, oh, I'm not going to do it. I better make her wait. Pet peeve. You need to go into the next month strong. Who cares how many points you get in the previous month, because you know you're going to do it next month, because you're selling yourself short. And 2, you're being selfish. You're making it about you and not about them. You're making it about a point and not about helping other people. Once you knock that, we talk about Success Club points in being milestones to reach your goals. And there's a reason why we talk about that, because it's a mini goal to set, because it's very easy to say, oh, I hope I make $100 this month. I hope I make $200 this month. How do I do that? I don't know how I do that. Well, how you do that is you hit Success Club, right? So they're mini goals, but our ultimate goal is to help other people. So throw away the Success Club points, thought, you know you need to hit 5, that's it. 3, I need to help 3 people. That's all I need to know. I need to help 3 people in order to reach my goals. So it's not, I need to hit Success Club or I'm not going to get my leads next month. It's, I need to help 3 people in order to meet my goals, okay? Make it 100% about them. 100%. It's selfish. And it's selfish of you not to invite you. Plain and simple. It's I think that the floodgates opened for me when I thought of it that way. It's 100% selfish of me not to say, hey, would you want to be a part of my group? Have you thought about coaching? If someone's saying, I hate my job, I hate my life, I have such negative people surrounding me. I love health and fitness, but I'm in such a dark place. Wouldn't you say that that's selfish of me to not invite because I'm too afraid of what they're going to say? Hell yeah. Have you ever thought about coaching? Maybe it's something that you might like, maybe not. Okay, invite done. Response is yes or no. No, I don't have time. Okay, no problem. I totally understand. I didn't have time either when I first started, but guess what? I figured it out, made it happen. Not for everybody, but it was for me. So I just figured I'd ask you, and you move on. Did I die? No. Did I get my feelings hurt? No. Because it wasn't for them. or it is for them. And you just now have done what I did for Heather, and now she's having the freedom to be with her kids because I wasn't selfish. So again, this is time management, but I think it's very important. I think that I hope that when you, because this is all goes along with, feeling overwhelmed and not having the confidence to step out of your comfort zone and things like that. I think that you need to, because the type of person you are, you wouldn't be in this business if you didn't want to help people. So if you want to help people, then you can't be selfish. And by holding back and not asking, you're being selfish and you're making it about you and not about them. Done. My soapbox. Okay, so back to time management. So I had to be very creative. What would Anna do? I'm at a doctor's office. What would Anna do? What would Anna do? She would personal development. I'm on the train on my way to work. For you New Yorkers, I know that you guys are there. What would you do? At the time, I was on Twitter, and that was way back when. So let's see. Today, I would be on Instagram if I was sitting on the train on my way into work because that's what other people are doing. They're on Instagram, creating relationships. Okay? So what would Anna do? Let's see. My kids are with my husband. I'm at home. I could sit and watch TV, or I could sit and work or get my workout done. Right? My goals are that strong. We already talked about that yesterday. If your goals are that strong, then you're going to put away the crap. Okay? The only things that I have in my life that I could probably cut out, but for me, it's an opportunity for me to shut my brain off, is playing hockey once a week. And I just now started playing soccer once a week. And I'll be honest with you, I'm having a hard time with that second day because I feel that my time is probably better spent doing something than playing soccer. For me, hockey is like meditation. I love it. And playing soccer, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I played all my life. I wanted to go back and play, and it just, I feel like I could be using my time elsewhere, either with my family or on my business. So look at your day. What are you doing in the day that it doesn't add up? Like, what is that going to do for your business? What is that going to do for your life? What is that going to do for your family? If you're doing stuff like sitting on Facebook all day long, what is that doing for you? You feel that you're working, you're not. Trust me. We had this thing, Tiffany's video about scrolling the news feed. Yes, I understand that you could miss people that may need you. But I guarantee you, if you were to time yourself and look through the news feed and look up, and the amount of time that you spent, your return on investment would not be there. You may be one person, because I'm going to give you I'm going to give you exactly what you need to do. So stop scrolling through the news feed. It's not doing you any good. It's only filling your day, and you feel like you're working. Trust me, you're not working. Okay? It makes you feel accomplished. But then when you look and you're scrambling and you're not hitting Success Club, it's the news feed, guys. Because if you cut out TV, it's the news feed. Okay? Cut out the news feed, make it productive. Either spend the time with your family or go in, go out with the stuff I'm going to tell you what to do. Okay, so that's pretty much like how my life was like when I was working full time. Now, if you're at home, where's my screen here? If you're at home already, right? You're at home like I am. You have kids at home, not in school. What does your day look like? Your day looks like you're probably cleaning the house. You're probably spending time with your kids. You're probably, wishing that you were working out or wishing that you were doing your business. So this is my suggestion on a day in the life of, because I can't relate to that, honestly, because that was not my story. But there are plenty of people that are like that, and they're completely overwhelmed, and I get it. So treat your job at home as a stay-at-home mom, because that is a job, I know. The time that you spend with your children and cleaning the house, although I talked about that yesterday, treat it as if it was a job. You're working on your career, your kids. So you're not doing anything else. But when your child is taking a nap or your child is preoccupied by whatever, I'm not saying put them in front of a TV, but there are times where you wish that you could just sit down and just like veg in front of the TV because you're so exhausted because your kids just wore you out. I mean, I did it for a short period of time when we brought our kids home from China. I was a stay-at-home mom and I was like, I can't do this. I have to be on all times. And then you want to just sit and watch TV when you have that downtime. Is that going to drive you to your goals? No, it's not. So if you find yourself in that moment and you're like sitting on the TV, what would you gonna do? Honestly think to you, what would you gonna do? She would turn off the TV. She would go send out a few invites and not be selfish, or she would work out, or I'm talking to myself in third person, or personal development instead of the darn TV. Okay. So I want you guys to go through the day, and I want, when you catch yourself doing something that you shouldn't be doing because that's not going to get you to your goals, I want you to take a picture and I want you to hashtag it, WWAD, and I want you to tag me in it. Because honestly, that's accountability. And the more that you catch yourself, the easier it is to get past that and be doing what you need to be doing, the 3 vital behaviors, right? Okay. So now, what should I be doing during that time? Okay, we're going to prioritize things. We've got the 3 vital behaviors, and on that note, I forgot to put that in my agenda for future. I am trained now in the 3 vital behaviors, and I'm going to be doing a virtual version of that training. If you have gone to a live version of, it was called the Beachbody Challenge training, that's what I'm certified in teaching, just so you know. So I'm going to do a virtual training on that. Once we get this coffee thing out of the way, you guys are good to go. Fall Classic, Emerald to Diamond training, and then we're going to focus on that. So what do I need to be doing in my what would Anna do time? We need to work on the power of 3. I'm going to go into that in a little bit of detail. And we need to do our personal development, and we need to work out, okay? After this coffee with Anna, I'm going to share another video that my friend Lindsay Westbrook sent me yesterday, and it's so fitting. And this goes along with why I am forcing myself to work out because, and Heather posted this yesterday, and it's related to it. So I'm going to finish off talking about that, but I want to go through power of 3 first. And then fill in your day and give you an exact schedule of what you should be doing. Okay. So power of 3 is, I wish we had it years ago. Because I say, I was all over the place with follow-ups and papers and wherever I was. Power of 3 is a way for you to keep it in one place. Now, I will say I'm still guilty of trying the power of 3 on paper and then not having it with me, trying it on Google Sheets and having it with me, trying it on Excel and not having it with me. But guess what? I'm not perfect, okay? My life is crazy. My life is still busy. I got up and went to breakfast with my husband. I still have to do the power of 3. My power of 3 is not 100% filled in, but I will guarantee you, because it's not 100% filled in this week, I'm going to pay for it next week. Okay. So when you have those moments of what would Anna do, I would say your priority is to get your power of 3 done. And now you can use whatever form you want to use. It may feel overwhelming, and I want you guys to go through and look at the videos again. I want you to look at the video that Annie Reed did that explains what the power of 3 is if you're not doing it. And I want you to look at the mobile version that I did that will explain the power of 3 and you're not doing it. I don't care, honestly, where you're tracking. If you happen to be tracking on Evernote, call that the power of 3. because it's the same concept. It doesn't matter if it's on a piece of paper, on an Excel spreadsheet. You just need to be tracking. Now, I'm going to say this too because I have a big audience now, and you may not have all gotten the memo, and you may have forgotten or whatever. It's hard to keep up, but this is an opportunity for me to announce things as well. My door is open. I don't have the most open schedule, but I have a call schedule for whoever would like a 15-minute call with me. It's open. It's a schedule. There's a link. It's very available. The only requirement is that you turn in your Power of 3 the Sunday night before your call. Okay? That is my only requirement, so that I can look at that and not spend 15 minutes telling you you need to do the Power of 3. That being said, it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be all filled out. It doesn't need to be, it just needs, you can actually, if you have something like this, write it down, take a picture of it and send it to me. This is what I did last week. Send it to me and book your call. That's all that I require. But I have an open door policy, so it doesn't matter if I'm your upline sponsor coach. We like to call coaches orphan coaches, that their upline sponsor has kind of gone MIA, but you've been pushing. I've got plenty of people on the team that are like that. And if you ever, okay, I'm going to say this now. If you ever say that I don't have the support of my upline coach, I'm going to smack you. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I have an open door policy. You track what you've done in the last week, and you have a call with me just as if you're my own personally sponsored coach. It doesn't matter. If you're on this team, it's for you. Okay. Now that I got that out of the way. Power of 3. The purpose is to touch all of those things that are going to move your business forward in a very short period of time. Now, some of you have really big goals and are really pushing hard and are doing this Power of 10. I want you to be careful. Trust me, I am all for people pushing for goals, but I don't want anybody to feel that if somebody is doing a Power of 10 and you're barely getting in the Power of 3, that's wrong. Because I wish, let me see if I can actually show you. I can. I'm going to pull up my Power of 3 and you guys can see exactly. I don't hide it. I told you I'm not perfect. Give me 1 second and I'll show you my Power of 3 of last week. And actually, this is a good Power of 3, okay? So if me, of course, I'm pushing in the next 2 months, so I'm really going to be filling this thing in. And being, like you, Lair Curry, and all of you other awesome people. Okay. This is a good Power of 3. For me, this is a good one. But you will see that it's not 100% filled out. All right, let me see. Screen share. Where are you? All right, screen share, screen share. I'm going to show you. Here we go. Okay. Here's my Power of 3 from, that was a good one. July 27th to August 2nd. This was a good one. But notice, hello, I did not invite to coaching like I should have. My follow-ups were better than normal. My invites were there, but not 100%. My messages were not 100%. Oh, you can't see my friend requests. And my friend requests were probably not 100%. Okay? So, there we go. I don't know if you saw it before. I just hit a button. Anyways, you can see it is not 100% filled in. This is a good one, though. But guess what? I have names down here, and I can follow up with people in the future. If they're empty, I can't follow up, plain and simple. Okay? So it doesn't have to be perfect. If you can fill in all the bubbles, then you're going to be way more successful than me. Plain and simple. That's it. But again, it goes along with the feeling of it's okay to not be 100% perfect. It's okay. It really is. If you can knock in 10 of everything every single day, you're going to be an elite coach next year in a shorter period of time than I was. Okay. But I don't want you to get burnt out, to say, oh my God, I did power of 10 and I filled it all in this week. And then next week, just life hits you with curveballs left and right. And then you don't feel like you're doing as well as the previous week because you didn't have 10 filled in. So if you have 10 filled in, that's a bonus. If you have all 3 filled in, like some days I have 5 messages. You don't have to be perfect, guys. That's it. You do have to track, because there's no way. You look at your week, you go, God, nobody is saying yes. And then you go back and look at your power of 3 and you know why. All right. And I love that people who have stayed with doing the power of 3 consistently for 4 weeks are seeing results. So just like your workouts and your challenge groups, I want you to commit to 4 weeks of tracking. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just pull up a power of 3 on Sunday night, set it up. Okay. When you find yourself in these, what would Anna do? Send off 3 messages. If you find yourself, what would Anna do? Send off 3 friend requests, okay? These are finding those little moments of time to basically fill in those bubbles. You don't have to sit down at one time and do it all. I'm giving you permission to that, okay? But your first priority, if you have a what would Anna do moment, is to fill in those bubbles, okay? Or get your workout done. That's it. Don't go scrolling on Facebook. You're going to go in, you're going to send your 3 friend requests, you're going to send your 3 messages, and I'm going to go through the messages real quick because this was brought up last week about feeling like you're stalking somebody. Okay. When you're sending your messages, it is not an invite. Okay. I am not about cold inviting. You're welcome to do that, but that's not me. I've been very successful without cold inviting. Okay. But that's not to say that you can't do it. What my job is to do is to brighten somebody's day. So yes, I'm going to go find 3 people that I think know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. Maybe that's considered stalking to you, but to me, I want to meet new people, because if I didn't do that, I wouldn't meet the amazing people that you guys are. So you have to change your frame of mind. If it feels like, I don't want to send a friend request because I feel like I'm stalking this person. Hello? You're meeting new people. How amazing is that? You never know who you're going to meet, who can bless your day. I've met way too many people that have just, it's not too many people. It's like amazing. Again, you're being selfish. You're making it about you and not about them. So friend request those people. The worst that can happen is they say no and you end up in Facebook jail if you friend request 10 of them in a day. Don't friend request 10 of them in a day. Do 3. And it's not stalking. You're meeting new people. How do you expect to grow any business if you don't meet new people? That's it. Okay? You can't be icky. Look at your Facebook wall. Do you have a bunch of links on your Facebook wall? No, because we taught you not to. Okay? So this person goes, who is this person? I don't think I remember them. And they see your wall. And it's very refreshing. So why would they not say yes? Okay? It's refreshing to meet new people. And that person, I'm going to turn it back on them. Wow, that person wants to be my friend. She's got a lot of, or he's got a lot of stuff going on in their life. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I want to be their friend. Okay? That's what you can be doing for somebody else and not be selfish. And then as far as sending messages go, I would say for my power of 3, the reason why I don't have invites in every single day is because I tend to send more messages than 3. So I send every day, I probably do send 10 messages a day, checking in on people. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I hope you have a wonderful day. I was just thinking about you. You popped up in my feed, which is a lie because they don't necessarily pop up in my feed. But they don't know that. And truthfully, I want them to have a good day. So I'm not lying. And this is where I'm going to go to the next step. But the reason why I don't have invites every single day is because I don't cold invite. I send messages. And those messages turn into back and forth messages. And guess what? Some of them turn into invites and some of them do not turn into invites. Okay? But I've done this for 5 years and it's worked for me. Just if you feel icky about sending an invite, then send 6, so in the same amount of time, then send 6 messages. Hey, how's it going? Take a look at their news feed. What do you got going on? Oh, something that actually stood out to you. That may on the surface look like stalking, but honest to God, you are making somebody's day. How often do you get a message that says, thank you? Or did you get a message on your wall that says, I hope you have a great day? If you got a message on your wall that said, I hope you have a great day. And so even for messages, if you write on somebody's wall, let's just say you're not getting a response in your Facebook messages because they changed the messenger and nobody's looking at them. So go on somebody's wall and say, I hope you have an amazing day. I hope, hey, happy Wednesday. I was just thinking about you. I hope you have an amazing day. Guess what happens? You've brightened their day. You've stood out. Facebook likes that because then you've reconnected with that person. That person's going to see what you have going on. And their friends are going to say, hey, who is that nice person? And click on your profile. What did you just do? You made 3 people's day by taking that extra step. And then guess what? That step could be an invite to one of your groups, okay? So if you're feeling like you can't fill out the power of 3 because you can't seem to get your invites done, then you should have 6 messages a day and be okay with that because those messages will turn into invites, okay? So your 3 friend requests, don't be selfish. Your messages, you should have 6 because those will turn into invites. Your follow-ups should either be follow-ups to previous invites or be follow-ups to a conversation, a message thread that you went back and forth with that you've jotted down, and then that's an invite. So then you put that in your little invite box. But if you were going to turn in a power of 3 document to me on a Sunday and you had 3 friend requests filled in every day, because that's the easiest thing to do. That should be filled in the whole week. You shouldn't have any excuse for that. And messages should be filled in the whole week. You don't have any excuses for that because you can brighten 3 people's day, you can brighten 6 people's day, and then by the end of the week, you've brightened how many people's day? I'm not going to do math. Invites, those messages turn into invites. But I can tell if that invite is like empty the whole entire week and you've been doing all those messages, then there's something missing and we can work on it. And I'll tell you, I know exactly what's missing. It's how the conversation is going and how you're guiding the conversation. And that's the stuff that I want to dig in on in a 15-minute call, not the fact that you haven't filled out the power of 3. Okay, and then inviting to coaching. Again, that's your responsibility to not be selfish. If you know something better, if you know that this person can, is perfect for coaching, then ask. If they say no, then ask questions. Oh, no problem. I'm curious why you said no. And then either answer them. Your job is not to convince them. And in fact, you can say that. I say that all the time. My job is certainly not to convince you. I just want you to know it's up to you either way. I'll be happy to share with you more information. And if you say that and you go, oh, crap, what information do I need to share? Then you post in the team page, what information do I need to share? And somebody will share that with you. But don't be afraid to ask because you could be changing somebody's life just by you asking that question. And that's what you got in this business to do, is help other people first, which in turn helps you. Okay, so you should have 3 coaching invites a week. Easily. Okay? And that's just asking. What's the worst I can say? No. I know you guys are so worried about somebody saying no. I will tell you that when they say no, it doesn't mean anything but no. It is so like, you cannot be icky. If you're in this business, you cannot be icky. If you're in the eyelash business, you can be icky because there's no way to really, like, I don't know. It's my opinion. Hey, you want some eyelashes? Like, that's icky. I don't know. You cannot be, I've never met an icky person on this team. Okay? They're not allowed. Plain and simple. You can't be icky. So just ask. I guarantee you the first time you ask, you get it out of your system. Just like you volunteering to be leader of the day, the first time you do it, you're like, oh my God, I did it. I survived. And look, everybody was so nice. I guarantee you that if you just ask somebody about coaching, there's so many resources. You're like, I don't even know where I'm going to send them, but I'm just going to ask. And then you ask them and you go, okay, crap, where do I send them? Somebody will answer it and help you. Okay? So that sums up the power of 3. It doesn't matter where it's written down. It doesn't matter if it's in 5 different places. I will say if it's in one place, it's easier to use and follow up with people. Okay? So how do I find people to send messages to without going and scrolling through your news feed and wasting your time, because you only have those little snippets of time? There is a will. There's a way. There's a way. Okay, give me a second here. All right. So Heather was kind enough to share a way. Now, if you have 100 friends on Facebook, you can still do this. You will continue to grow your friends on Facebook by doing the power of 3 and adding 3 people a day. You don't need to add 10 people a day. Don't. Please don't. Just add 3 people a day because Facebook doesn't like it. You print your Facebook friend list. And you can see, what do I do? I go through. It's super easy. You've got your power of 3 up, right? You want to send 6 messages? Go through the list. Okay, boom. Okay, cross off. Number 2. 6, done. You've crossed off those 6, right? What if they message me back? Guess what? Shut it down. If they message you like right back, then go back and forth. If they don't message you right back, don't sit there and wait, okay? One of the videos that changed my life right before I left my job, and this was kind of put me into like overdrive, was I watched a video on Scotty Hobbs and what he did every day. I'm going to go through this with you right now. He, in the morning, and it's different because he was doing this full time, but it made sense to me because it dealt with Facebook messages and what I should be doing and where I should be spending my time. So he came in his office, he sat down, he did his 10 minutes of personal development in the morning, and then he sat down at his computer. Okay, so what he did was he posted on Facebook one thing that he learned in his personal development in the morning. So if you're reading your personal development, like this one, Miracles Now, she gives 10, each, it's like a chapter. So you can see this. I'm going to show you this. This is like one chapter, right? So I read this in the morning. When you're feeling helpless, help someone. That's this chapter. That's this morning's chapter is. And at the end, the quote is, when you're feeling helpless, help someone. Post that quote on Facebook and be done. You brighten somebody's day in the morning. Then you go in to send off your 6 messages. Don't answer any messages on Facebook. You send off your 6 messages and your 3 friend requests. Those are the first things you do before you answer any messages or emails, okay? By doing that, you've knocked out half your power of 3 for the day. That's it. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Then what you do is you clear your Facebook messages, okay? So you've knocked out the priority things. You've knocked out the friend request, meeting new people. You've knocked out the talking to new people by printing your Facebook friend request. You have not scrolled the news feed. And then your goal is to clear the inbox, okay? Now, if someone goes back and forth, yes, go back and forth, maybe 1 or 2 messages, and then get out of there because you don't have the time to do that. And guess what? It's acceptable to come back the next day. You're not on Facebook all day. You're not sending messages all day. I am totally guilty of this, but then I realized, oh my God, I'm so exhausted. I wonder why. Because I've been answering messages all day. This is stupid. And when I'm most productive and when I feel the best is when I knock out all my Facebook messages replies because I know that that inbox is clean. I've already sent off my new messages. And then I don't look at my messages until tomorrow. And be okay with that. You don't have the time to do that. Something, you know what? If it's such a time crunch that someone's like ready to buy right now, and it's so rare. You get back then tomorrow morning after you've sent all your first pieces of power, your power 3, you get back to them in the morning and then you work it out. That changed my life. When I didn't answer my messages all day and I was okay with answering it the next day, totally changed my life. So I want you to do that. I don't want you to be tied to your Facebook messages. Okay? I want you to send your message, friend requests off. I want you to send your new messages off either on their wall or in their Facebook messages. And then I want you to answer your Facebook messages. And when nobody's replying back to you, be done, shut it down, come back the next day. I guarantee it'll make a huge difference in this feeling busy life, okay? If I send you a message in the middle of the day and you answer it, you're in trouble. I'm just kidding. But you get my point. I won't be upset if you don't reply back until tomorrow because then you've listened to what I had to say. So time management, you get in, you get out. You've messaged your people because you've crossed them off. So you're not going to miss them next time, right? And then you print up a new list once you get through the list because you've added new people to it. You print up the new list, go through the list, send off your messages, shut down. Okay? Then your only other responsibilities, because these are the things that are going to drive your business forward because you're meeting new people, you're having new conversations, is posting on Facebook, dealing with your challenge groups, and dealing with the team pages, okay? And training. Where do you fit those in next? Okay, so I know this is really long today, but break it up into pieces, please, because I think it's really important, and I'm glad that I'm able to share this with you. Okay, so we dealt with our new messages, our new people, our, being selfish, whatever, okay? So dealing with our challenge groups, if you have a free group, they are your priority. You hop in there once in the morning and once at night, not all day long. They're not in there all day long, so why should you be in there all day long? So in the morning, when you have a moment on your break, you could say, okay, what would Anna do? Check in that will take you 3 minutes. Check in your challenge group, answer any questions, boom, out of there. Okay, before you go to bed, check in your challenge groups, out of there. We're going to talk about challenge groups later too, because I noticed something that on the Emerald to Diamond applications, you guys are Emeralds, and the majority of you have only run free groups. So we need to have a conversation about that. Anyways, which is great because you've run a group, but we need to step beyond that. I love Karen Woodland's post about she's going to treat her challenge group with one person as if she's got 100 people in there. And that's what you need to do. Don't be selfish, feeling that you can't run something because you only have one person. Just do it. Okay. So you're checking your challenge groups. Team page. I know I post in there all day and we've got, other people posting in there all day. Check the team page once or twice a day. Okay? You don't have to check every notification. What you do, just like you do with your challenge group, you go in there on a break, at lunch, whatever. You've already done your things that are moving your business forward. You go in there, you scroll down, right? Because you've set up your challenge groups, your team page, and any training groups on the left-hand side as favorites. Don't look at the notifications. I know I have a really hard time with that dang red button, but don't. I'm telling you. Go, okay. Time to check the team page. Click on the team page. Scroll through the team page. Okay, get caught up. Answer any questions, please. Put your input, please. When I post something, you don't need to answer right away. As long as you scroll in 24 hours and you see it, then I am 100% happy because you've seen it and you've managed your time, okay? Do the same thing with any training groups you're in. Scroll one time and get out of there, okay? And this way you can manage and you don't feel like you're missing anything because you've gone through, yep, okay, I've seen everything, I'm out of there. But it's incredibly important to be in there. You don't need to be in there every day. I mean, all day. You need to be in there every day, but not all day. So you've got and then your training. Okay, so training, that's a big one because you feel like, oh my God, there's so much training, right? There's training in the back office. There's training on the team page. Oh my God, but that team, it changes all the time. There's just too much. Here's what I want you to do. And you could be at different points in your business. Okay, if you're a brand new coach, this is, and again, you know what? If you have an upline coach that has their own new coach flow, then you're going to follow theirs. But if you're on my team and you don't have a process, then here's the process. And of course it changes, yes, and it has changed. And it's only changed for the better because I just try and make things easier. But getting the word out is a little bit hard. So that's why I'm glad I have this opportunity. So if you're a brand new coach, you should be getting a new coach email. You should be going through the foundation training on the teamvictorytraining.com site. Get that done first. You should have scheduled a getting started right call to get you started right. And there's a link. If you don't know the link, post it in the team page. You should be in, and I just started this in the last 2 months because I realized how important it is. I've split up the new coach training into 2 parts. One part is called 2 Weeks to Success, part 1 of training. If you're a brand new coach, you should be going through that. Once you've done that teamvictorytraining.com site, go through those 2 weeks of training, graduate from those 2 weeks of training, then you move on to New Coach Bootcamp Training Part 2, which some of you are familiar with that because that used to be our old, only new coach training. But I think that this 2 weeks is really important for everybody. So if you have a brand new coach that you have not put into a system, then you need to look at the team page in the file section and look at new coach box, and that will guide you in the right direction. If you have questions about that, please comment in the comments below that file section so that everybody can see that, and I'm sure that you won't be the only one with questions. Okay, so new coach training, that breaks it up, right? Now what? I finished those things. Now what do I need to do? I've probably forgotten those things. I've created these boxes in the file section and I'm still creating them. Basically what it is all that training that you already did as a new coach, using those things and important things as references. So quick references, because say you forgot, you went through all that training, but you forgot, and now somebody's ready to sign up, what do you do? Or now somebody has a question about Shakeology, what do you do? Okay, so this is time management it's meant to save you with time management. Don't worry about knowing it all. You won't know it all. You just won't. I don't know it all. Go through the training. Get your first 2 weeks done. Run your first free group. Go through the second module. Get those done. Start promoting your Beachbody Challenge group. Start really focusing on how you're posting on Facebook. I'm going to go through that piece. Get out of that training and do the thing every day. Do the thing every day. And something comes up, guess what? Go in the file section and you've got references there. Okay? And you've got the FAQs there. So you don't need to know everything. If you have an extra time, a little bit of time, and you feel like, yeah, training would be good, what would Anna do? Dig through some of the training. It's like a buffet. Okay? Your training is like a buffet. There's all sorts of stuff there, right? You have a little bit of time, grab one thing, do that thing. You don't have to get it all done, okay? It will always be there. So what would Anna do? You take those bits and pieces, you do the Power of 3 first, you do your workouts first, and that's what I'm going to end with. And just so you all know, you should be on top of it. And please, not everybody's going to be watching this video. but I need your voices out there for me to get the word across, because I can't be in the group all day, and I need your voices to resonate in what people should be doing. That's how the Power of Three has become so popular, is because everybody started talking about it, okay? So the same thing with this file section, and the same thing with New Coach Bootcamp. I'm finding new coaches being added to the team page, and then not being added to that first 2 weeks of coaching, which means that the word has not gotten out, okay? So please, please, please help me. The more that happens, the more that it happens across the board, and everybody is successful. It's really hard to get the voice across and know that, you know, I mean, you know me, the only thing I do is to make sure that your life is easier. And it's hard when you make changes, and getting that across the board is very hard, and I need more people to help me with that. Okay, one last thing. How the heck am I supposed to fit in my workout? Because I've taken on this business after being in a challenge group, and now it's so much fun that I'm forgetting to work out. I'll tell you this, I'm gonna be honest with you, because this has happened to me. I know it's happened to many of you, and I'm not gonna call anybody out on this, but I can tell when your business suffers because you're not working out. What I did for myself on this this week, I realized that my business was suffering because I was working so much harder, because I wasn't being consistent. When I was here's the thing, okay. When I first started, I was doing P90X. I posted all the time. That's when people were asking me, right? And then you fall away, and then you stop, and then you try and hide behind your posts. People know, people watch you. Guess what? And then it makes your job so much harder, okay? Then PIO comes around. I'm in the test group. I'm posting every day. Heck, my job was so dang easy. My inbox was full. I wasn't going to find people. They were finding me because I was living the life. So what I want you to do is I want you to throw everything else out, okay, that I just told you. I want you to throw everything out, and I want you to be consistent with your workouts, because the business, all that other stuff, all that training, everything will be so much easier. Because why did you join as a coach? Because you were doing the workouts, you were sharing. It was very easy to share, and people were asking about you. Once you stop doing the workouts, then you're hunting people down, and it's very, very difficult. So when you find yourself scrounging for successful points at the end of the month, like I was, like other people were, is because we weren't working out, because we weren't sharing, plain and simple. The moment I posted about my schedule this week, about my double schedule and what I was doing, Body Beast, whatever, inbox started to flood. All I had to post was what my plan was for the week. Inbox started to flood. So your top priority, and I mean, honestly, it comes down to the damn 3 vital behaviors. Being a product of the product. If you threw all of this stuff out, if you go back, this is what I want you to do. If you go back, if you found yourself like not working out, and you had just finished a challenge group, you just became a coach, and now you found yourself not working out because you're overwhelmed with you're busy with all of this training stuff, throw out the training stuff, go back to your workout, start posting again about your workouts, okay? Because what's going to happen is people are going to ask you what you're doing, and then you come back in the team page and go, oh my God, people are asking me, okay? And then you can dig back into the training and understanding a little bit more. But the last thing, and this happens, I know what happens, is because we become a coach, and we're like so engulfed in the culture that we forget where we came from. And I'm totally guilty of it. For 5 years, my job was the hardest when I wasn't doing things. It was the hardest. I had to work so much harder for my successful points when I wasn't doing the thing. If you only posted your workouts and you weren't creative and sharing value, that's valuable. And you were like coming up with, hey, this person has a before and after picture, and this person has a before and after picture, and here's some Shakeology tips, and here's some healthy snack tips. But there's not one post all week about you working out and feeling amazing, or what workout you're doing, or it's going to make your job so much harder, okay? So That should be priority number one, in my opinion. And I'm going to share with you Lindsay Westbrook's video, which talks exactly about that, because we're all guilty of it. And I guarantee you, once you throw all this other stuff out of the way and you go back and work out and you start posting some really great posts about your workout because you're creative like that, and you ask the team, hey, is this a good post? I guarantee you people are going to start knocking on your door and you're not hunting people down. That's it. Okay. So I think that I've wrapped it up. Oh, time management. I know I've pulled out a personal development book for each day. Time management, something that really with my day job that really made a huge difference. There are two things, okay? One is David Allen's Getting Things Done. Okay, if you're trying to deal with like what should be first and priorities of like what messages and what emails, and Getting Things Done by David Allen. Amazing book. I've listened to it probably 3 times. And then the other thing that helped me tremendously is, and I'm going to share this in the team page, especially for you guys that have day jobs. It's Brendan Burchard's 1-day project planner. What I did when I came to work was I printed this out and I wrote down on half of it. Well, I actually printed out 2 copies of it. One for my day job and one for Beachbody. And I had my projects. So I had my work projects, everything that I need, and I'll show you. It's a 1 sheet that I'll post in the group. All my projects for my job, all my projects for the day for Beachbody, okay, which would be like Power 3, my workout, blah, blah, blah. It's very simple, but when I showed up at my day job, I would print those out. And what was great was that when I was at my day job, I wanted to be the best at what I could be. And I learned that from Danny Johnson. As much as I hated my job, I wanted to be the best that I could be while I was there. So what did I do? I used that project plan and I went to my boss and I said, you know what? This would be so amazing for this department. We should all use it. So I actually implemented that project plan thing that I was doing for Beachbody and used it in my day job, and everybody used it and they were all happy, and I felt great because I still contributed to my day job even though I was like, I didn't want to be there. Okay, so Danny Johnson, if anybody, we don't talk about Danny Johnson very often anymore. I don't know why. But the biggest thing I learned was that be amazing at what your job is while you're there, because when you are not and you just are resenting it and you hate it, it shows everywhere. It shows everywhere, okay? It bleeds over into your business, into your home life. It's not pretty. So be there when you're there. Be the most amazing person that you are, because you are. Go home. Be the most amazing person that you are in your business and your family, everything, okay? So David Allen, Getting Things Done. Stop scrolling the Facebook wall, because you have your list of friends that you were just going to cross off anyways. They're going to start popping over to your feed. Find some new groups to join. You know, when you have 5 minutes, what would Anna do? Jump in that group, be amazing in that group. Add some friends out of those groups and pop out, okay? That just is in bits and pieces. It's not like you have to get it all done and then feel like you didn't get anything done. And again, it's okay to be all over the place, because that's just life. Our life is not 100% scheduled. Okay, it's 11:10. Wow, it's long. All right, I see a lot of you are still on here, which is so awesome. I love you guys. My coffee's cold. But tomorrow, oh God, I'm having so much fun with this thing. Tomorrow will be, direction. What exactly should I be doing? How do I stay on top of things? Necessary tools, how to never feel lost in the business, and recommended tools. All right, it's probably a little bit about the same, but I'm gonna get you some new stuff. All right, so I hope this is a big one. Break it up into pieces. Listen to it a few times. Listen to it over the weekend. Use this as a reference. But that's how I built my business. That's it. Open book. Love you guys. Bye.